Hello students, we were dealing with the folk tale Aina Keys and the Black Bearded Boy. Till now we have learnt that once there was a young girl, she was very intelligent and she lived with her father who was a woodcutter. They were very poor. Okay, one day father went to bazaar to sell the woods, but he was cheated. That day he was actually cheated by a rich black bearded boy. Father came back to home and told everything whatever happened to his daughter. His daughter told him not to worry, and next day she went to the market to sell the woods. Okay, and the same buy, she met the same buy. Now let's see what happened after that. We will continue with page number 88. Handing over the money before the judge, he told the girl, "You outwitted me this time, but a sparrow cannot match a hawk. I bet you cannot tell a bigger lie than I can. I will put 500 on it. You put the 50 I paid you, and whichever lie the judge says is bigger wins the bet. What do you say?" "Done," said Aina Keys. Here, as the decision taken by the judge, that Bai gave money to Aina, but at the same time he was very angry too, as he lost, means somebody cheated him on his cleverness, so he was very angry. So he challenged the girl. What he said? He said that a sparrow cannot match a hawk. It means he considered himself a hawk and the girl as a sparrow, and challenged her that let's have a competition. Whoever told the bigger lie would get the bet amount raised by 500 gold coins put by the buy, and the 50 coins that the girl had won from the buy. That was a challenge. Both of them are going to tell a false story to the judge, and whoever will tell the bigger lie, that one is going to win. Aina also agreed with the condition of the buy. Now let's see what happened. Winking to the judge, the rich boy began his tale. Winking means he gave a signal through his by blinking his eyes, ishara karna. The rich boy he started his tale. "One day before I was born, I found 3 ears of corn." Ears of corn means the spiked part of the corn plant. जब आप भुट्टा देखोगे तो starting का जो उसका stalk होता है, that is the ears of corn, "in my pocket, and tossed them through the window." Tossed means through them through the window. "Next morning my yard means that area, had become a field of corn, so thick and tall it took riders 10 days to find a way through. And then 40 of my best goats were lost in the corn." That crop was so thick that any person can't find their way through that. Okay, and his 40 goats also lost in it. "No matter how hard I searched, I could not find them. They had vanished." Vanished means disappeared without a trace. No clue he got for that 40 goats. "In late summer, when the corn was ripe, my laborers gathered the harvest in, and the flour was ground." Ground means the flour was made from that corn. Okay, means corn flour was made. "Rolls were baked and I ate one, all fresh and hot. And what do you think?" Now he said that I ate one roll, that corn baked roll, and then what happened you can't imagine. Now what happened? See, out of my mouth leaped one goat. Leaped means jumped out one goat, followed by a second and a third. Then one by one out came all 40 beasts, bleating hard. How fat they had become, each one bigger than a 4-year bull. When the boy fell silent, even the judge sat open-mouthed, but Aina Keys did not turn a hair. Did not turn a hair means it's an idiom. She did not show any emotion, no expression on the story of Bai. So what was the story of Bai? His story was that the 3 years of corn that he had tossed out of the window before his birth, see the bigger lie, before his birth, had grown into a mighty field, very large field of corn, and thick also, and had swallowed 40 of his best goats. After the harvest, when rolls were baked from the floor, he ate one, and one by one the 40 lost goats leaped, means moved out, jumped out from his mouth, as big as bulls. The goats were so healthy that it looks like a bulls. Okay, the story was not at all believable. The judge sat open mouthed. He was surprised with the bigger lie, in wonder at the skill of Bai. But Ainakis was not at all affected by the story and sat without any expression. Now let's see what happened after this. Sir, she said, with such wise men as you, lies can be truly grand. Pray, listen now to my humble tale. And she told her story. Once I planted a cotton seed in my garden, and do you know, next day a cotton bush had grown right up to the clouds. It cast a shadow as far as 3 days' journey across the sands. When the cotton was ripe, I picked and cleaned it and sold it at the market. With the money I received, I bought 40 camels, loaded them with silk, and bade my brother that to take the karwa to Samarkand. Off he went dressed in his best silk robe, but I had no news from him for 3 whole years. Only the other day did I hear he had been robbed and slain by a black-bearded Bai. I gave all hope of finding the villain. Yet now, by chance, I have discovered him. It is you, Bai, for you are wearing my brother's best silk robe. So this was the story of Ainakis. Okay, the lie of Ainakis. Let's see what was that actually. See, after listening the Bai's story, Aina said that in front of such an intelligent, she is referring to the judge as an intelligent person. So she says that in front of you, I have to tell you an impressive story lie so that she can win. Okay, so after then she said that, so here is my simple story, and started with her story. It was like that. Once she planted a cotton seed, and it grows. Within a day, it grows so tall that it reaches to the cloud and casts a sad shadow as far as the distance covered in 3 days' journey. Okay, and when cotton ripened, she sold it and bought 40 camels, which then loaded with the silk, and asked her brother to sell it in the market. So he took all this karwa with the silk robes to the Samarkand. Okay, now she said she tells that when the brother left, he wore the silk robe, an expensive dress, long gown which was made up of silk. Okay, then but she also tells that when he left after then, he never came back, and she heard that a black bearded Bai robbed her brother, but she never found that Bai. Okay, she tried to search about the Bai, but she never found. Further, she told that it is this Bai who robbed her brother, as he wore the silk robe of her brother. Now, Bai was very surprised, means he was shocked. Actually, you can say Bai was shocked that I don't know her brother, and she is saying that I robbed her brother. Okay, so this was the lie of Aina. Okay. Now let's see what happened after her story on both the peoples, on the judge and Bai. Okay, let's continue. On hearing the words, smiles disappeared from the two men's face. What was the judge to do? If he said the story of a was a whooping lie, whooping lie means it was a bigger lie, the Bai would lose 500 gold coins. That was the bet. Yet if he said she spoke the truth, that was even worse. She would claim compensation for her brother, and besides for 40 camels loaded with rich silk. So now, after hearing the story of the girl, the smiles was disappeared from both the faces of the bai and the judge. Now, what happened after then? The judge is now totally confused. He wanted to help the rich and powerful bai, but Aina's story was far better than the bai's story. So, the confusion was that if judge said that the girl's story was a greater lie, the bai would lose the bet. But if he said it was not a lie, the bai would have to pay compensation for her brother's death as well as the price of 40 camels. So that was a confusion that in both cases the bai has to suffer. And so judge won't able to decide what he is going to do. Let's continue. The bai roared like a wounded bull. It's a lie. That's the biggest lie I have ever heard. Take your 500 tangas, take my silk robe and leave me in peace. With a smile, Ainakis counted out the coins, wrapped them in the robe and walked back home. So Aina took the money and left. Okay. Before that, see why she left so quietly. The bai means, as after hearing the story, the bai was very angry. He was just roaring like a wounded bull. He knew that he had been trapped by the girl. Okay, so he shouted that it was the biggest lie that he had ever heard and asked Aina to take the money and his robe also and leave him in peace. And she finally left for her home. Now, fearing for his daughter, the woodcutter was waiting anxiously at the door to greet her. Anxiously means with excitement, and greet means welcome her. How he hugged her, not even remarking on the missing mule. When she reached, the father did not concern of the mule also, but he hugged her. Father, I sold our mule with all the logs exactly as it was. Oh, my poor child, he muttered. So that hard-hearted bai was swindled you as well. Swindle means cheated for money to you also. Okay. See, actually when she reached home, his father was very happy to see her as he was worried for her. When she told that she sold all the wood exactly as it was, means with the mule, father consoled her that why he is consoling her, as he thought that the bai cheated her also for money. Let's continue. But I received a fair price for the wood, she said quietly, and she handed him the silken robe. This is a handsome robe, he said sadly, but what good is it to me? Without our horse and mule, we shall starve to death. Aina then gave her father the silk robe, but he replied, without horse and mule, how they will manage with the work, and it may lead them to death due to lack of money and lack of food. Next, thereupon Ainakis unrolled the robe before her father's astonished gaze, means surprising look, and the golden coin showered upon the floor. Then she told him that the tale of her adventures in the town. He laughed and cried in turn, listening to her tale, means story now. She ended the story thus, Father, where the rich keep their fortune, so the poor keep their cunning. A girl's wise head is better than a man's full purse. So, when father was worrying about their future, Aina unrolled the silk robe and showed her father the gold coins, and the father was totally surprised. Then she explained whatever happened to him. Aina proves that a poor family fortune is in its children and is in the hand of its children, and that a wise girl is more useful than a lot of money. It is due to her sharp brain that the man who cheated her father is brought to justice, and she is able to recover the losses that her father had to make because of his this cheat, whatever the buy had done. I hope you all enjoyed the story, students.